Listen to the entire podcast on Spotify and Google Podcast. Link is provided in the description.
So as human beings, we all are experiencing stress and anxiety on a daily basis. But it's just that people are unaware of it, or they are unable to differentiate between what is stress, what is anxiety, and how can they overcome stress and anxiety. Right? So from speaking from a psychological perspective, ma'am, what exactly is stress and where does the stress even come from?
Stress is inside us. Stress is we are giving lot of importance to something in our life. For example, if you are into a difficult situation, you are working hard for it, but you're not able to get the end result for it. You're under stress. You're trying to control a situation, you're under stress. You go to a shopping mall to buy a dress for yourself, you have a party in the evening. If you buy the dress in 10 minutes, you're not stressed. But if you're roaming around in the mall for 2 hours and you're not liking something, you are under stress that what will I wear in the evening? So stress is something which I am putting on my own self. I have put a target on myself that I have to achieve this in this much of time. I put a target on myself that if I don't achieve this, I would be in trouble. It is something which I am not taking as a calmer person. It is something which I am putting myself on. It's a pressure. It's a build-up pressure. There's a student who is starting in 10th class. He's under stress because he wants to score 95 marks in maths after his maths terminal exam out of 100, and then he decides that I set a target for himself. He comes and tells his mother that 90 or 95 marks are for sure in this paper. But when the result comes, he scores 75 marks, and that is causing him stress. He might even have a panic attack. He might even have an anxiety attack because he's under lot of stress and pressure. The biggest problem with today's generation is they set up goals. When we were students, when we were at a learning stage, we didn't set up goals so difficult, or I would say so harsh. What I used to do it, this is my goal for life, right? I'll achieve it. But I should not punish myself that if I don't achieve it, I am under stress. It's okay, I'll try and do it better. But today, due to so much of competition, so much of understanding, so much of expectations from the parents, so much of expectations from faculty, so much of expectations from school teachers, it becomes difficult for the child. Even if at job, even when you're working, you're under stress. I have to reach this target in this time. The stress is being created by my own self. Might be you have 10 friends and out of 10, 3 of them are very calm and composed. Why? Because they are not putting themselves into targets. So when you're putting yourself into a target situation, you will be under a lot of stress. This is the biggest problem we have. Also, it is something which is putting me into a situation where I'm not able to understand how should I deal with it. Why should I deal with it? How should I deal with it? And what is I actually want to control the situation. For example, COVID. The biggest example was COVID. When COVID started happening to our loved ones, you wanted to control the situation. You were just praying that it should not touch my family. The biggest prayer in the world was going, it should not touch my family. COVID was not under our control. Some say it's a nature virus, some say it was because of our role we played towards the environment. Everybody has a different definition for it. So stress, as per Sadhguru, is something which is an unconscious living, and you are putting more knowledge to it, you're feeding your stress. Very beautiful example given by Sadhguru is that a person is working with a knife and there is a person standing next to him. He's again and again telling him, the knife is sharp, the knife is sharp, the knife is sharp. You'll cut your fingers, the knife is sharp. The person actually cuts his fingers. Reason being, he's again and again being warned. He loses his balance, he loses his confidence. So it's very important for us to understand that any situation is a natural outcome of your unconscious living. If you are unconsciously feeling that you lose this battle, I'm sure you lose it. So stress is under your control. I always say accept the stress in your life. For example, if you're into a difficult situation, accept it. The biggest problem with students today is they don't accept stress. They say, "Mujhe stress hai, mujhe stress hai." 90% of people we are interacting today are using this word. I am stressed. You are stressed. We all are stressed, right? So why are we stressed? What is the situation? Why are we into this difficult situation? Because we don't accept. We are talking about stress. Do you listen to anyone expressing this? I have accepted the stress in my life. The day you do that, it's going to be really easy for us.
No, perfectly put when you said that about stress is unconscious, and this is something like I'm going to share my experience. Like when I was back competing back in the day, and when I was a student, even I used to say the same phrase, like all teenagers say it, or most of the people say like, hey, you know what, I'm stressed because of job, I'm stressed because of workouts, I'm stressed because of so and so things, and then they say that I've reached a burnout stage. Now, this is also a buzzword in the society today. They'll be like, oh my God, I've reached a burnout stage and all of those things. But today, when I look at stress, I feel like for me, basically, stress happens is when I have been repeating negative thoughts to myself. That is where I am aware. And because I am stressed, I am unable to sleep, I am unable to eat healthy, I am unable to think clearly. I also believe that, and I'm sure you know this, that because of stress, the cognitive thinking ability also reduces up to a certain extent, and I can feel it. That is where I become aware that, oh my God, I am stressed. Then I try to understand the pattern. Like, of course, it's very difficult to get into your unconscious mind and then try to figure out what exactly went wrong. What I do is I try to write down all the thoughts that are coming across my mind. Surely they are negative. Like, oh my God, I'm thinking something about this. I'm thinking something about 10 years from today. I'm thinking about 5 years from today. Or I'm thinking something that happened in the past. So all of these negative thoughts have been accumulating in my mind. And when I keep repeating them over and over again, I can feel the stress on my physical body. So ma'am, do you really believe that it's because of the accumulation of the negative thoughts over a period of time can create a lot of stress in a person's body, mind, and at energetic level also?
Yeah, why not? See, stress comes with one first negative thought in your mind, right? For example, you miss the bus, or you miss the first metro you had to catch for your college. You'll feel that the day is gone now. I'll miss my first class, I'll reach late to college, and the whole day will be bad. You'd planned something, but something didn't happen. So I personally believe when I am not able to catch the deadline, or might be I'm late in the class for 5 minutes due to traffic or due to some other personal reasons, I personally believe it's very important for me to just accept the situation. I cannot control traffic, can I? No, I can't. Right? So why not use that traffic time by listening good music, or listening to a nice listening to something nice, listening to something which is encouraging, listening to some positive podcast, listening to something which enriches my mind. So it's a very important habit. I have seen that at least 40% of students are having today, that their earphones are plugged in the whole time whenever they are traveling, because they keep listening to something which is encouraging. Today, students are really working hard. We used to work hard only during the exams. They're working 24/7. They're working hard because a lot of competition. Everybody wants to become something. When I was a student in back 2008, that time the only competition was there just to get into a college, and 90% of the students used to not go for a post-graduation. I am talking about 2008. Half of my friends didn't opt a post-graduation. Half of them got married. Half of them opened up their own boutique. There were very few of us who further studied, right? But today, students are planning their PhDs when they started their graduation. So the stress levels are increasing in their life. So the negative thoughts are actually making us really bad. They're putting us into a difficult situation. What is the first thought in the day, right? Actually creates your day happy or sad. Especially in the morning, I don't interact much with anyone. For first hour, I am either meditating, I'm keeping myself calmer, I'm leading to positive thoughts. It actually starts your day in a better shape. There are some people who start their day crying, they are very grumpy, they are misbehaving with people early in the morning, especially when we are taking a metro, or even at times when you take a cab. The person might be very grumpy, you feel like he might have had a bad start of the day. You can also get those vibes. It's upon you how you react. Either you plug in some good music, you change that negative thought. Meghna, very important question you asked, that it's very essential for us to take care of these negative thoughts, because if they are not being taken care of, they can actually put us into a difficult situation by number one, acne. Lot of students are having acne. They never had acne, but suddenly they're having lot of acne. Temperature is rising. That is also the reason. If you're feeling stressed, it's very important that you have lot of water, you have lot of liquids. It's very important to stay hydrated. If you don't entertain your stress at the first stage, you will surely end up in a hospital, or you will start having physiological discomforts in your body. You might start gaining weight. You might start having the biggest example of stress. The first sign of burnout or stress is that you're having headaches. There's some people who will say that I was sitting in office, I was having a headache, I went for a walk, I'm fine. You were in a difficult situation, you were in a difficult environment that was causing you a headache. 90% of my clients who come with burnout issues, 90% of the clients who come up with stress issues, I always tell them, if you are into a difficult situation, you can take permission from your boss while being in a meeting that I just want to go out and have a glass of water. Just go out for 5 minutes, change your environment. It's very important. Just go wash your face, have a glass of water, just go in the fresh air. So all of us are 24 hours living into an atmosphere which is being controlled by someone else. That is the reason of the stress.
So you believe the environment also affects our body, the stress level and the anxiety level?
Yes. It's not only about the boss who's giving you stress, it's also about the environment. If you're in a very difficult environment, it's very important for you to first accept, yes, I am in a difficult environment. Second, accept that this environment will not impact me. How you can do that? Start meditating, start reading, get yourself involved into a hobby. It's very important. I don't know how many of you spend 2 hours in a day by putting yourself into something which makes you happy. Cooking makes you happy, please cook for 2 hours. Baking makes you happy, do that. Praying makes you happy, do that. So it's very essential for us, because these things keep us away from the stressors we are dealing with.